recuerdos siempre van a vivir conmigo. Yo como mamá estoy con el corazón roto en este momento.
I have my heart broken in this moment. Her memories will live with me forever.
Good evening. Bill is off. Heartbreak from a grieving mother. 4 of her children have died after a head-on collision with a wrong-way driver over the weekend. 47-year-old Scott Farmer of Neenah is the suspected driver of the pickup, which crashed into the SUV with 4 siblings inside. Waupaca County authorities were called to the scene on Highway 10 in the town of Waiwiga around 9:13 on Saturday night. 3 died in the crash. A 4th died at the hospital. Farmer appeared in court following his arrest today and is now charged with 4 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle, a count of operating while intoxicated, which was a repeated offense, and a count of operating while revoked, causing death. A cash bond has now been set for $750,000. Farmer is currently being held in the Waupaca County Jail. We begin team coverage tonight with reporter Jason Zimmerman. He spoke to family members right after the court hearing this afternoon. He is live in Waupaca tonight. Jason.
Cabby, this was a very emotional hearing with 23 members of the victim's family inside the courtroom. Afterwards, we heard from the mother and the stepdad, who are still struggling to deal with this horrific loss just days before Christmas. With family members still grieving outside of Waupaca County courtroom, Pastor Kurt Schilling and his wife Paulina described the loss of their 4 kids, asking that the alleged drunk driver, Scott Farmer, be held responsible to the fullest extent.
He took 4 people's lives in a reckless act, driving on a revoked license under the influence with vodka bottle sitting by his side. He should have had a Bible sitting by his side.
Farmer is being charged with his 5th offense OWI, with the most recent being in 2019. The crash over the weekend killed 25-year-old Daniel, 23-year-old Fabian, 14-year-old Lillian, and 9-year-old Daniela, all with the last name Gonzalez. Their mother, who only speaks Spanish, is still in shock.
Sus recuerdos siempre van a vivir conmigo. Yo como mamá estoy con el corazón roto en este momento.
I have my heart broken in this moment. Her memories will live with me forever.
Pero siento
But I feel
que Dios está conmigo
that God is with me,
y Él me va a dar las suficientes fuerzas para seguir adelante.
and He will give me the strength I need to continue forward.
In court, a cash bond was set at $750,000, but the family and DA wanted $1 million for each life lost. Just before the crash, the 4 siblings were holiday shopping and had just eaten dinner at a local restaurant. They were about a mile or 2 from being home.
I'm not revengeful at all. I believe in forgiveness. But I can tell you this. He is a threat to the freedom and the ability to live in peace and pursue people's dreams when he disobeyed the laws that were before him.
The mother, Paulina, tells me she has 1 other child besides the 4 who were killed in this crash. Farmer, who fought police and first responders at the scene during his arrest, is due back in court on December 26 for further proceedings. Reporting live in Waupaca, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.